Sorry, I tried to do a little Vanna White for you over there, like, you know.
Thought you were gonna do this.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, that way.
This way.
We're still working on our pointers, everybody.
We're still trying.
Okay, that's Nissy over there. See, I got mine. I'm Rick. I'm just going to sit over here on the side. I am here to just help Nissy and mentor her in the bridge build, or not bridge build. Oh my God, bridge build was so long ago. The what are we calling it again? Yeah, we're going to build that thing. This is the build crew. That's right, 2.0. So, Nissy, you were nice enough to send me, because you're N scale and I'm HO. You sent me all the instructions, which is awesome. So
it's like 100% different from the HO.
It so is. So I'm glad that I get the chance to actually follow along with you, step by step. So how much of the instructions we're actually going to follow, I'm not 100% sure. Again, this is your build. You could do it as, you know, however you want. I'm just here to give you guidance on, you know, like, because I've done thousands of builds, you know. My only claim to fame is the big bridge in the back. Aha, Ray, I still got it in there.
I think one piece of advice that you gave about the build was very good with the painting, to mask off a backside and just practice the painting on one section, to master that before I try to attempt it on the entire build, because not quite sure how that's going to work out. And being a noob, I think that was a good way to practice. And then if I mess up, I can pull out the primer and get a clean slate.
That's right, because the primer that you chose to use was all black. Mm-hmm. So yeah, a couple passes with an all black primer, and it's like you're back to, you know, an original blank slate. So, and the only I've heard of people using this technique before, of, you know, practicing on, you know, I mean, hey, we do it with the Christmas tree, right? We always turn the bad side to the wall. So
true.
You might as well. My wife does it to me every day. Just turns me around and puts me in a corner. I'm
nice.
So, that was my recommendation. I think you should just focus on one side, back side, perfect your paint technique, and then go from there. So you're going to need to wash the parts and prime the parts. There was actually some questions that came up during the last build video that we saw, and a bunch of people asked, why do we wash parts? First answer would be because it's in the instructions. Second answer would be what you don't realize is some of these parts are actually built from a mold, and that mold might have some oils, some mold release, and other manufacturing
gunk
on them. So when you try and paint those parts and that stuff is still there, it's going to affect your paint. So that's the reason why we wash the parts. So that was one of the first things I told Nissy to do, and she's so that's going to be our first step. I don't know how much of it you want to show, but Nissy, I know you did a clip of you washing your parts.
Yeah, cleaning my kit.
Yeah. So let's show everybody how you wash your kit.
Hi guys. So an important next step to our kit building would be cleaning our kits. You gotta have clean kits because dirty kits are a no-no. So I always like to do my personal fave, washing machine and dryer. So I've already got them in the washer. Now we can pull them out, put them in the dryer. Fluff cycle, of course, don't want to melt anything. No, I'm just kidding. I might be blonde, but I know that's not the way to clean your kits. Hey guys, so this is how I really, truly clean my kits. Okay, so I have soapy water ready to go here, and warm water for rinse over there. Okay, I'll just dump them all in here, smush them around. Try to get some of the chemically stuff off, shake them off real good, and rinse them in here. Just literally rinse and repeat.
That was good. That was good. That was good. All right, now you got your parts washed. So now you got to prime them, and I'm gonna, like we suggested before, let's just work with the one side. So prime the one side. You're gonna, of course, mask everything off.
Yeah.
And then we'll prime it, and we'll go from there.
That's your ton of tape. Our whittle pieces. Set that there. Got this knife that I don't have a lot of luck with. Okay, so again, trying with this. All right, so little tiny pieces. Oops. All right, so I saw somebody do this where they put the tape down. I don't know. And then so we're going to stick that there. And make sure it's the blade side down. And cut my nose off. Everybody gets to see it. Like I saw that they sell like tiny strips at the hobby store, but I'm thinking I bought all this tape. All right, let's see how it works. Is it gonna work? That worked out better. Took it off the edge. Because what's happening is I'm trying to get the exact pieces. And so these parts that are critical to the decorative part of the building, I can't cut those off. So I took the building to the edge of my desk and tried to cut this the best I could. So we'll see. Right. Well, you really don't want to get in there, do you? I'll tell you the disrespect that I am getting from this tape. Okay. All right, I think that's good enough. I mean, it's not great, but I think it's going to do its job. I'm tucking the tape down that's sticking up higher than I needed to because I didn't place it all that well. All right, so I've got the roof bracing, I guess, masked off so I won't screw that up with paint. And now I'm going to try to do this. So I think I'm just going to start cutting small slivers. I'll make light work of this tape being pulled up. Oh, it keeps making horrible noises. Yeah, this is going to work out great. Oh, wait, that goes above the building, so that doesn't need to be masked off, does it? Let's see, put it together and what happens? No, so I need to be just below what? Just below. All right, I need a couple. Wait. Oh no, that's part of the building. See, I'm paranoid because you have these bumps. Like, that's a bump, that's a bump, and there's a bump down there. But when you're looking at it from my perspective on the side while I'm masking it, it looks like it's the same pieces that are bumps that are the bumps that slide together to keep the buildings like almost snapped together. See? So I was thinking I needed to mask that off, and I don't. It's on the other side that I have to worry about the bumps that I want to keep. Okay, so I'm not going to continue to bore you all with taping my building, but I'm getting there. I mean, it's getting there.
Broadcast is live.
Dun dun dun. Joke, whatever. All right.
Okay. What questions did you come up with since our last
So
encounter?
in the directions, it's cut it off the sprues and then sand the connector pieces, and that's all well and good. And I thought, okay, I got that covered. And then after I primed it, I realized, like on the door, there, can you see that? Those knobs?
Yeah.
Is that stuff I'm supposed to sand off?
Yes. Yes.
How do I get that off there? Because
hobby knife.
Oh, I cut it.
Just use an X-Acto knife and real quick, just slice it off.
I like the primer doesn't take very long to dry. That's really good.
Oh yeah, the primer's beautiful, and it's a nice matte color.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the primer, let's let everyone know that we did choose to make a change.
Yes, I had started with Rust-Oleum primer, which ended up I got paint and primer, and it was in gloss. And I was going to test the paint on that, and then Mr. Nissy and I were out and about, and there's a hobby shop. So I talked him into going in there.
There you go.
And shocking, I'm in there 2 seconds, and I look right at the, is it Tamiya or Tamaya? Potato.
We all know what you mean.
So all of a sudden I saw that and thought, light bulb, like, why didn't I think of coming here? Because the primer that we did buy at the box store was because it was the only thing they had, and they didn't have gray or white available. So anyways, I got the Tamaya in the gray, and I mean, what a difference. And now I'm not stressed about painting, because red, I want it to be dark because we get the browns and a bit of a black and a mixture of antique-y little to it, but I didn't want it to be so dark that you can't see it.
Right.
And because it's now gray, I can see the details better.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
awesome.
I'm glad.
Do you see any difference between the one that you colored black and is now gray rather than the ones that you just went gray?
Little bit different. So I hit it a couple times with the primer. You can tell it's a little bit darker, but you would have to know that I hit that with the black.
Right.
And it's going to be at the back, so
you'll never see it.
It's like I'm not all that worried about it. Yeah.
Sounds
If it was at the front, I think I'd be paranoid, but I don't think it's going to affect anything.
Gotcha.
I got this gluing jig, and I'm trying to figure out.
Well, let's see the jig. Okay. Throw me to the side because you don't need me anymore.
Okay, hang on. I got to figure that out again. Yay.
There we go. All right. And then go ahead and switch your camera.
Okay.
Awesome.
See how the light is right now?
Yeah.
Watch what happens.
Oh, yeah. You get what? That's okay. We can still see it.
Okay.
We can still see it.
Everybody put your sunglasses on. Maybe if I do it like that, it won't be so bad.
That's okay. You can do that. So what's the orange capped bottle?
I think it's a thicker cement.
Oh, still by Tamiya.
Can you see
okay.
That?
Yep.
Yeah, it's still Tamiya.
Somewhat. Yep. Okay.
Because the green says extra thin cement and the orange just says cement.
Okay, gotcha.
I went ahead and just grabbed it because I figured there's a point's going to come where I'm going to need it.
Yeah, you never know. Never know.
And Mr. Nissy was willing to get it. So. All right, so I'm trying these magnets or something. I thought
maybe, they are.
Because my hand isn't all that steady. If I could just... Oh, of course I picked the wrong corner. Let's try this again. All right, this is the piece that's going to go like that. The moment of truth.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. So you shouldn't that, if I'm not mistaken, that that glue is almost like water. Okay. So be careful with it, and you don't need much. I would just dab on the little nail pieces and then kind of get it to stick.
Okay.
I mean, completely up to you. I mean, it's not like you're going to be throwing this thing around. So however much glue you want to use.
All right, I haven't done enough of this, so anything that you suggest, I'm 100% on board with. Ooh, that stinks.
Oh, it does. It has a smell.
Let's see if I got enough on there. This is exciting. I never thought he's so excited to see glue dry.
There you go.
How long does it take to set up?
It shouldn't be long.
I hardly put anything on there, so I don't know.
I would say let's give it another 20 seconds.
Do 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 do. After building this, the HO is going to seem easy.
You got a lot more walls to glue with that one.
Yeah, but they're bigger. They're so much bigger. I could see them. All right, so it didn't stick. I didn't get enough on there.
It didn't stick. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Try, and you're absolutely sure that there's no paint on there on the side. Okay. Just make it sure. Just make it sure.
Maybe I'll try it on this side.
We may need to phone a friend and get Roy on here and have him. I mean, if worst comes to worst, you can always switch over to the super glue. That's going to take a little longer to dry, but
I may not have got enough glue on there. Yeah, it's just not.
over where your left hand is.
Yeah.
Try putting a magnet on that side just to push the piece towards the other one. There you go. And then
should I come at it now that it's like that and put glue over the?
Yep. I would just stay on the inside. I wouldn't go on the outside because we don't want to lose any detail. So what that solvent should be doing is softening the plastic,
right?
So that the plastic welds together as one piece.
Oh, okay. All right. Whew, that's some strong stuff.
Yep. Spin that around and just make sure, look from the other side and make sure you don't have any leakage coming out the other side. Not that it's going to make a difference at this point, but
I don't really see anything.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, so we'll give that a minute or so.
Okay.
And then the next part is that roof.
The roof. The roof.
So you sent me a picture of the paints that you got.
Yes.
I'm waiting for mine. They're on a truck, hopefully being delivered today.
Oh, thank goodness. They were in West Virginia forever.
They were. They got rerouted like twice. They have literally been in shipping for 11 days through FedEx. So weird.
Well, mine said it was being shipped Smart Post, which means the mailman.
Yes.
Mine came on the freight truck at 10 a.m.
Wow.
Because the freight guy stopped and I said, "What are you doing here? I didn't get anything coming freight." And he goes, "Yes, ma'am, you did." Okie dokie.
You got this box.
I got I don't know if you noticed, I got in the picture there were 4 tubes that were laying down. Those are the metallic colors that I got.
I did notice them. I couldn't remember what they were, but I do remember you telling me you got them. So that's cool. That's a lot of paint.
Shh. Don't say that.
So I can't pull it up now, but just to clue everybody in on what we're talking about, there's a paint out there that is widely revered. It's an acrylic paint. It's made by, what is the name again? It's Master Touch?
Master's Touch?
Master Touch. You find it at Hobby Lobby. And here's the trick. The paint always goes on sale. Always, always, always. Every other week. So you will see this week it may be full price, and they're not that expensive. They're like what are they, like $4 or $5 for like a 4-ounce tube. But if you wait a week, those same paints will go on sale for 50%, and you can just kill
Yeah.
with just getting a whole lot of paint for a good amount of money. They have a set that Nissy and I were looking at that we both purchased where it's 48 tubes of paint. Now, I believe the tubes are just a little less than 1 ounce, I think, or something like that.
They're like 2 ounces or 4 ounces. I don't remember.
Okay. There's like it's like a 48 pack of acrylic paint. And it was really cheap. It was only like 50 some bucks on sale, I think.
I think it's usually like 70, and I got it for 34.
Right. So check it out. They are no way affiliated with this channel or anything we build here other than using the paints, but a little shout out to Hobby Lobby.
Okay, so Roy, when Roy was doing his, you could see everything he was doing really well, but I just want to double check. I'm supposed to put the glue in here on this ledge where this roof is going to go, right?
Yeah, why don't you try pre-fitting the roof and see if it goes in. And then you'll be able to see a better idea of where you're supposed to glue it.
Oh, it goes in so nice.
There you go. There you go. So now you got an idea of where the glue needs to go.
Okay.
And then you shouldn't have an issue. Yeah. So you probably don't need as much as you
a couple
think
of spots.
Yeah, I would do a couple spots on each side, and then a couple corners. And like I said, it's not a football. You're not going to be tossing it around the house. So
well, in our house, we like to toss them. Ooh, that stuff stinks.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything that you can weight it down with? Anything heavy? How heavy is that Tamiya bottle?
Oh, that might work. All right. I think we're probably in good shape.
All right. So now the instructions tell you to do the sidewalls, yes?
Yes.
All right.
I think I do the double doors first. No, I do the 4 windows first because it's got the nicks and the notches.
So before you do that, I'm just looking at the instructions here, and the instructions have, after paint and primer, technically we were supposed to put the windows in first. That's step number 3.
Oh.
So we can still do that because the bottom of your building is open.
Yeah.
Do you want to see how your windows, how your clear stuff fits in? I don't know if it's like all one sheet or.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me grab it.
Figured before we seal it up. Easy, partner. Easy.
Like a bull in a china closet. I'm banging into everything. Bob likes to go underneath the table, so I moved this drawer thing out of the way, but I'm the one who's now banging into him.
Bob. Tell everyone who Bob is.
Bob is my yellow-bellied slider, and she's 10 and a half years old. She's a free-range turtle.
There you go.
Except at night, because I don't want to have to deal with that. Okay, so I have the decals.
Okay.
And I have the windows are so small. Rick.
The glass, yeah. The
Rick.
little plastic sheet. I know.
Rick.
I know.
Rick.
I know.
Oh no. And I have that. I don't know what that is. That's clear plastic.
It's so if you look at some of the window sheets that they gave you, they pre-printed like blinds on there.
Okay.
So you could use those, or if you felt crafty, they gave you one big sheet of clear, I believe it's acetate, that you could cut out windows and use just the clear.
Oh.
I didn't think of that when I was building Woody's, and all of Woody's buildings have the blacked out shades.
So you cut those out and you put that.
I don't know if you cut those out. If you put those, is it just one sheet?
No, I've got multiple sheets.
It might be all one sheet. So you might, so that's how Woody's was. Woody's came in multiple sheets, and all I had to do was glue it over windows. I think yours might be the same.
Doesn't. I'm not seeing them line up with.
Try different ones.
Well, first of all, folks, another lesson learned is that when you're looking at blinds, pay attention to the fact of where the little pull tab is.
Yes.
Because I'm holding it upside down. Oh, and not all of the shades are going to be in the same position.
Right. But they should all line up with the window.
They line up at the window. They don't line up like where the doors and stuff are. So I have to figure out which one.
Well, slide it in from behind. Geez, I can't believe I'm saying this. Slide it in from behind so we can see the front of the building.
Going for the back door.
Oh, geez. What does that look like?
Actually, it looks pretty decent. I mean, you are right. They do line up. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera or not. Oh, yeah, it does.
Somewhat. We can see a couple of them, yeah.
So I may have some cutting to do to, I'm trying to see. Oh, I've got a big sheet right here.
So that would be the back wall.
My friend, that just made me so less stressed right now. Oh, yeah, that's literally the back wall. I like the idea of this with the blinds on it because I'm not putting anything in it. And even if you did, you could still, if you light it up, you could still see.
Now, I'm going back to it. So your windows, they only have the middle crossbar in them. It's not like Woody's, where Woody's had this kind of style window.
Yeah, no, I just have the crossbar.
So a thing I learned with Woody's, and you might want to do now, I went and put the clear windows in, and then I painted the building after, and I realized how much harder it is at this point to paint those window shades white, or the window sills white, without hitting that plastic. So that might be something that you want to think about doing now.
So I should be looking more like starting to do the painting.
I just my opinion, giving the consideration of shaky hands.
Yeah.
You may want to at least just do the windows now. And then this way you get just the windows. You're gonna do them like the picture, right? They're gonna be all white.
Yeah.
Like this. So I would suggest, while the glass is not in there,
right,
paint your windows.
Okay. So a question for you about painting the windows. Would it make more sense because of shaky hands for me to start to paint the whole kit and then come in with the white and paint the white, because it would be easier for me to cover the brown with the white? Or do I paint the windows and then try not to get paint into that small section of white?
Very good question. It's like putting the chicken before the egg.
I think I should just go ahead and paint the whole thing. and then
The base coat red, you mean?
yeah,
Okay.
and get the paint in there, and then come back with the white last.
Okay. So now the question is, we didn't want to put those extra 2 sections on because we needed to put the glass in, and having those 2 sections out
But
would help you.
But we just realized that these are sheets.
So do you think you can put the other 2 sides on and still do glass later?
I think so, because I mean, like, I gotta change the camera again. Okay, so as I'm holding it right now, wherever the heck the camera is, and I've got this open space, I'm not even anywhere near it. I'm down here, and I have ample room to hit a couple spots of glue on here and shove it in there.
Sounds good to me.
If I had to cut these individually, then I would think no.
Right. All right. So then up to you. You can put the other 2 sides of the building in, glue them in, secure your building.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm good with that.
Yeah, and then I think we should cut it there until next time, and the next time we come back, you'll have your base coat on.
Yep.
And we'll start to do windows.
Okay.
So go ahead and get yourself glued up. And
you want me to glue myself in public? What's going on here?
Oh my!
Okay. Oh, I got to move my windows out of the way. Okay. I think I got everybody. Everybody clear?
Yeah. All right.
Clear. Okay. So the next one that I'm going to put in is, I'm actually looking at the instructions. Oh, I was right. Okay, so it's the 4 windows and then the double doors.
Right. The double doors go on your right.
Right.
I would test fit them first.
Oh, I have.
Okay.
I have.
Oh, okay. Good. Because you remember in that picture that we saw on the actual box, there's some gaps.
Right.
So that's what we want to avoid. But that's okay, because like we mentioned before, we think they painted theirs and then glued it.
Okay, I got that in. I just did the male parts, and then I can come back on the back side and hit that.
Okay. So you're lubing up the male parts and sliding in from behind?
Amen, brother.
I can't. Oh, jeez.
You can never outdo me. My son will say something and I take it all the way to the next level. He's like, why? How do you do that? It comes natural. Can't help it.
You and I are 2 peas in a pod.
Have I told you the story? My daughter was in high school. She was 14 or 15 and in class, and a group of boys were telling jokes, and she started laughing. Like, she laughed out loud. It was so funny. And then her friends, who were not boys, were staring at her and did not know what was so funny.
Okay.
So she came home from school. I don't know this happens, right? She comes home from school. She gets in the van. I pick her up, and she's mad. I mean, she's ticked. She's so peeved at me, she won't even look at me. I don't know what I've done. I haven't seen her for 6-8 hours. I have no clue. So finally get home, and I'm just like, girl, what is your flipping problem? Because I'm done. And she's like, I'm so mad at you right now. I'm so disgusted with you. And she tells me the boys told the joke. She's the only one that got it. And she's disgusted because she realizes she only got that joke because of her mother.
Oh my.
And I said, girl, it was funny, wasn't it? And she goes, yeah. I said, then what are you mad about? Just I tried explaining it to my friends and they just didn't get the funny. And I was like, well, what can I tell you? Okay, so I think this is sufficient, right? Oh, it's still still a little loose.
Okay. I'll give it a couple extra seconds. You can always put more glue.
Well, I don't want to overdo it. I thought about it, but then I'm afraid of overdoing it. course, this is pliable. This was pliable until I got the roof in. So maybe when I get that second small section, and maybe it'll shore it up. Okay.
Unless you absolutely have to, I would not go back and put more glue later.
Okay.
Because what's going to happen is if you apply glue, it's going to loosen that plastic.
Right.
And then it will just all come apart. So not only does the solvent do well at melding it together, but it also does well at taking things apart.
Oh, okay.
Because they do tell you with that type of solvent, if you did something wrong, just put a little bit more on there, and it'll make it loose enough that you can pull it apart.
Okay.
So that's its purpose.
All right. So now, the moment of truth.
What?
It's stressful. It's like that last piece of the puzzle, you know?
Yep. But when it's done, it's ta-da.
Or it's oh no. Shaky hands.
It's all right. We can always cover it up in paint.
It fits. It fits.
Look how pretty.
Wow. It's a miracle. I like this brush because you don't get a whole bunch of stuff on there and it's not slopping around.
Good.
I'm just putting some where the roof is to see if I can give it some connection.
Well, that's a good point.
Everybody's probably like, why are you putting so much on there? I can't stop. Won't stop.
Ah!
All right, that's closed.
Good, good.
Oh,
ta-da!
Look at it.
It's so pretty.
Oh.
So that's what an N scale courthouse looks like.
Nice.
It works and it lines up okay. You see any cracks where it's going together or not meeting well enough?
No, it seems pretty decent.
All right. So it should make paint perfect. And we can always cover up a lot of things in paint. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Wow.
You are making great progress. Great progress.
I'm so happy.
I'm glad. It's fun. It's fun until it's frustrating.
Well, you know what? It's a lot less frustrating when you're working with someone else because you can talk through your decisions and you can talk through the dilemma and it doesn't seem so overwhelming. When you're by yourself and you don't know anything, it becomes very frustrating very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. That it does.
All right.
Well, when this project's over, we can always look at possibly maybe a team up and do something else, or we'll see.
All right. So after this, who is Ray and James going to be the next one up again?
So next week will be James and Ray, and they'll continue with their project. So you'll probably, I don't know what they have in store, but I know James has his building built, so I can only imagine he's either going to start glass or paint. Okay. But we'll have to wait around and see. Remember, those videos are going on the Noobs channels, and then the following day, those will be premieres on the Noobs channels, and then the next day they show up on the YouTube Build Crew YouTube channel so that we can have those archived for all of eternity.
Dun, dun, dun. And then I can have proof that I did it.
There you go.
I did it.
You did a great job. Your primer, your paint, everything went well. You kept the detail. Coverage was awesome. Your masking tape was a great job because we didn't have to deal with any kind of fixing or anything. And your glue up was just phenomenal.
Just keep it coming, Rick. Just keep it coming. Just keep going.
I'm gonna have you come down and do my nail.
I'm a fabulous person. I am the best ever.
So I am excited for paint. I can't wait to see
Yeah.
how the palette works out and how we do all the colors. So
I'm excited about the windows, knowing that that's not an individual cut. I'm excited to know that I can still reach in there because it's on a sheet. And so that's good. All right.
sweet. All right.
So I guess we're done.
Sounds good. Until
Till
next time.
time.
I can't wait to see the cut of this. We've got a couple hours of
Do
stuff.
we? Oh yeah. And this was
Yeah,
an
we got
hour.
one
I'm
here.
at 53 right now.
Yep. So
So I have a
can't
lot to
wait.
cut.
That we do. That we do.
First cut, the tree.
Yeah, just take me out. I don't need to be here.
No room for the tree. I just need to look fabulous by myself. No credit for Rick.
There you go. There you go. All right. So we will see everyone in chat when we go live. Premiere.
Toodaloo.
See ya.
Bye.